Are your discovery calls in dire need of divine intervention? Are your discovery calls sabotaging your client conversions? If you're a newly trained and/or certified coach and not converting 90% or more of your discovery calls into a committed flock and are completely frustrated, I get it. Don't lose heart. I see it often with new coaches and coaches who don't have a background in sales. Let's roll up our sleeves today and get to work on turning those discovery calls into a heavenly experience for you and your clients. After all, Moses needed a little guidance to reach his full potential. Hey Coach, welcome back to the Coach by God Entrepreneur Show. I'm 𝗕𝗫𝗁𝗫𝗀𝗃, self-proclaimed mama bear of the coaching industry, certified professional coach, mentor, consultant, tech trainer, and a faith-fueled business maven with a knack for turning chaos into gold. If you are ready to leverage your hard-earned coaching certification, get clarity, create ripples in the marketplace, build a business that glorifies God, and make money, this podcast is for you. You can find out more and connect with me over at 𝗕𝗫𝗁𝗫𝗀𝗃. Ready to dig into today's show? Get ready for a dash of sass, a sprinkle of wit, a dose of wisdom, and a whole lot of no-nonsense strategies that will transform your life and your business. Let's go. Okay, welcome back, coaches. Today, I am dishing out my top secret, almost biblical SOP for discovery calls that'll have you converting like Moses parting the Red Sea. I'm talking a whopping 90% success rate here, sometimes higher. I'm going to cut right to the chase. If your discovery calls are as dry as the desert sands and your bank account's crying for mercy, it's time for a change. Stop the madness of flip-flopping niches like you're changing socks. I see coaches pivoting all the time or sometimes throwing in the towel altogether because they are not converting their discovery calls. This is not just a detour. It's a journey through the wilderness of wasted time and lost potential. If you're booking discovery calls, then your problem isn't the calls themselves. It's the lack of a master plan, a blueprint for brilliance, a framework for success. And this is where my proven discovery call SOP comes in. It's like manna from heaven for your business, transforming chaos into order and turning you into the confident expert that you were born and created to be. Now, I hope that right now you are not rolling your eyes at the thought of an SOP because we serve a God who is very much into order. He does like things organized. So every time a discovery call flops and you're back to square one, it's not just a setback. It's actually a drain on your precious resources, your time and your energy. And if you think about it, what is the true cost of your endless wanderings in the business wilderness? I have the solution, the SOP that's been tested in fire and proven pure gold. And guess what? It's been working for me for years. If you follow it, it is going to make a difference in your confidence and in your bank account. Okay, so let's dive into what this proven discovery call SOP looks like. The first thing that I am going to share with you is that you need to have a framework. So if you want to pull out a piece of paper, here's what I want you to jot down. The first bullet point is intro. Second bullet point, goal of the call. Third bullet point, agenda. Fourth bullet point will be note-taking and sharing. And then the next bullet point will be the non-sales approach. I'm going to be sharing some goodness in between all of these bullets. So just wanted to give you an idea of what that structure or framework actually looks like. So what I do and what my clients do is after they get on the phone, as soon as they get on the phone with their potential client in this discovery call, after a brief hello and an introduction, they will say, I want to quickly explain the structure of our call today so that you can receive as much value as possible. Does that sound okay to you? Of course they're going to say yes, right? I mean, who wouldn't say yes? I explain to them what the goal of the call is, that it is to clarify and answer a question or help solve a problem that they have shared with me in their pre-coaching session form. Now, if you're not using a pre-coaching or a pre-discovery call intake form, that's another topic that we need to discuss. You're also going to let them know that the call will give you both a good indication as to whether or not you're a good fit for working together. When it comes to the next bullet point, the agenda, what you're going to do is you're going to review the answers that they provided to the questions you asked them in the form. You explain to them that throughout the coaching session, you will be providing coaching guidance, and you will discuss actionable advice based upon her or his unique situation. This means that you will have your potential client, walk away with at least one step that they can implement immediately. The next bullet point is note-taking and sharing. I usually say something like this. During our conversation, I will take notes to ensure that I capture important information and address all of your questions. Following the call, I'll share these notes with you for your reference. Then I move on to the non-sales approach. So I do say to those potential clients that are on the phone with me, be rest assured that this call is focused on providing value and guidance. It is not a sales call. However, at the end of our call, I will provide some details on what it looks like to work together. Sound good? And then I pause. I wait for them to say, yes, sounds good, or whatever their response is going to be. Listen, I have never, ever had somebody tell me, no, it doesn't sound good. And then you're going to start the conversation. You're going to start the ball rolling by saying, here's what I understand from your pre-coaching form. And what you might want to do is read a question and then read back to her what her answer was, and then validate her responses or his responses. The goal of the call is for this person to walk away with one win and an achievable goal, or a actionable step that they can take right after the call. So you want to keep focused on that. At the end of the call, you want to recap the assignment. You're going to validate all that person has gone through. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let them know that you're going to share with them what it looks like to work with you. This is where you're going to describe your offer in detail. You're not going to just list the features such as how many calls it is, where the assignments are going to be housed, how long the package is. You also want to throw in what the benefits are. What are the benefits of working with you? I always like to give the folks that I speak with the option for a 10% discount if they pay in full. That's entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong answer here. I also explain any payment options that I offer. Now, here is where my secret sauce comes in. And some of you are going to love this, and the other half of you are going to hate it. Now, here's what I say. That is not what I say. I go against the grain, and I think you probably know that about me by now. If you've been following me long enough, you know that I don't go with the grain. So here's how my closing sounds. After I explain what my coaching offer looks like, what the cost of the program is, and the payment options are, I say, before you give me an answer, here's what I would like you to do. I am not like other coaches. I am not going to pressure you into saying yes on this call today. What I would like for you to do is to actually spend the next 24 hours praying or pondering, whichever one works for you, and have a conversation with your spouse or your significant other or whoever that person is that is part of the decision making when it comes to finances. Why? Because we're called to be good stewards with our resources. I want to make sure that this is something that you have the resources for and that this is something that you have the capacity for. I'll circle back to you in a day or two. If you have a decision prior to that, just let me know. How does that sound? Great. I will send you an email with the notes from today and the details of my coaching offer. Now, this is the end of the call. We part our ways, and she goes one way, he goes one way, I go the other, right? But here's why this works. And this is why I don't deviate from it. And this is why I swear by it. It works every single time. When I tell that person that I do not want an answer from them right away, that gives them peace of mind. And I also know that now this person is not going to be making a rash, spontaneous decision based on pressure or emotion. I want them to go back and think about this. I truly do. Now, what's also going to happen is if this person says yes, I know that they have the capacity to show up, they're committed, and they're going to do the work. I also know that if they have said yes, that I am not going to be chasing money. I am not going to get notifications from my Stripe account that somebody's payment hasn't gone through. I see it often on social media, coaches that are selling their packages, at rapid rates, and they're talking about how much money they're making, but then they go back and they start complaining about the folks who have withdrawn or stopped making their payments and shame them on social media. I can sit here and tell you that I have never had a client that has refused to pay me or ended the coaching relationship prematurely. This is the type of caliber, this is the caliber of the clients that I attract. This is the caliber of the clients that I choose to work with. I pray that that's how you will operate too, but this is between you and the good Lord. So this is it. It's a simple framework. We tend to overcomplicate things. We make it, messier and more chaotic than it really needs to be. I promise you that if you follow this structure, that you will experience a higher conversion rate of your discovery calls. If you need help and you want to practice, or you're not sure if you've mastered the discovery call, let's hop on a call. You don't need an entire coaching package with me. You just might need a 90-minute deep dive. Reach out to me and let me know. I want to also take a moment to wish you all a blessed Easter. God bless you and God bless your families. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Coach by God Entrepreneur. If this blessed you, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a review. I would be truly blessed if you shared this podcast with another coach. And remember, success in coaching is not just about what you achieve, but who you become in the process. Tune in for more insights and actionable strategies in my upcoming episodes. Stay connected, stay inspired, and let God lead the way to your coaching greatness.